Hello everyone, welcome back to Base Damage, and welcome back to Community Fridays. This week I'm bringing to you a deck by PhantomStar. It is 8 Standby Blue Archive. I'm like, okay, cool, let's check and see what we've been cooking in the kitchen. We're going to go ahead and immediately talk about this card for a moment here. This particular Aru is just really fun. So when I saw that he had posted this deck, I wanted to immediately talk about it. 8 Standby is obviously going to do 8 Standby shenanigans. This does a little bit extra right here. I have a whole nother deck idea for Blue Archive, a concept deck, if you would, that I may try to post at some point. But it does involve using this Aru top end. This 3/2/9K Riku Hachima Aru, that is a mouthful though. If you have 2 or more other Kivotos characters, this gains 2k power, so she'll be an 11k constant. When this is placed on the stage by the effect of Problem Solver 68, which is the particular climax combo, pay 1, discard a card, stand this card. Now, you may be asking, Cade, I thought, restand effects like this with standby were usually just sack the climax, sack the standby. You would be correct. This has a different cost altogether because it's not just when you play the standby for your climax phase, it's when you trigger it. So a little piece of text here. It says, this ability can also be used when this card is placed on the stage by the standby effect that was revealed during trigger check. So at level 2 and higher, if you have multiple cards that do twin drive, that do other stuff like that let you just immediately summon this Aru, you can get off multiple attacks with this Aru, and it just feels like it would be really fun shenanigans to mess with. That's just me. I like the shenanigans. So basically the entire rest of the deck I feel would need to be centered around this, giving other cards the choose what your trigger is going to be, or give it, twin drive or something along those lines to really try to capitalize on this Aru being able to summon and stand itself during the battle phase, basically. And so that's why I saw this. I'm like, oh, I definitely want to talk about this deck today. So this whole deck is based around pretty much that. In addition to, there are other cards, but just wanted to point that out. So moving on, we have Mikamo Neru Bunny version, 3/2/9/5. She looks like she's about to kill somebody in Minecraft. During your turn, if the total level of the cards in your level is 6 or higher, this gains 3k power. The turn that this is placed on stage from hand. At the end of this card's attack, you can put the bottom 3 cards of your opponent's deck into the waiting room. If there is no climax amongst those cards, you can restand this. So this is a very likely going to restand. So once again, you have stand options, you have restand options. And this also, once again, think about the Aru. More attacks equals more potential chances to trigger the standby and get more attacks off. So very memey in that regard, and I like that. So 4 copies of each of those. 3 copies of Shimokura Megu. I actually love her design. I just don't remember seeing this card. 2/2, 6k, gets 1,000 for each of your other Kivotos characters, so will be 10k with character encore. So your typical level 2 standby target, but we have another standby target. Igusa Haruka New Year, 2/2, 3k. All of your characters in front of this gain 1,500 power. It's an act. Rest this card, search your deck for 1 climax, reveal it to your opponent. Then choose a Problem Solver 68 in your waiting room, exchange them. Shuffle your deck. Oh, so you... Oh, I get it now. You're purposely using this to toss back in Problem Solver 68s into the deck to see if you can trigger for the Haru. Oh, I get it now. I like it. Okay. 1/1. Renkawa Cherino Hot Spring. What is with the freaking mustache? I love it. It's character encore and experience. When this card attacks, if Hot Spring Resort number 227 daily logs is in your climax area, the total levels of cards in your level is 1 or higher. Very easy experience effect. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is an event or a Kivotos character, put it into your hand. Okay, just very simple. Just reveal top, reveal, add to hand. I can't really complain. All right, so like I said, if you do this, swing with these and do these, you're digging down to possible standbys. there you go. So you're trying to dig deeper to possibly get to a standby or even, possibly cancel the following turn. Next, Saiba Momoi is a 1045. If you have another Saiba Midori in your center stage, this gains 2k. Oh, it's this one over here. So she'll be a 6/5. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can discard a card, search your deck for a Midori, summon it. Oh, it's like the two characters from fucking Azure that can summon each other. So this is going to have like the same, yeah, it's the exact same thing. So they both basically can summon each other. You discard standby targets or you discard standbys or whatever the fuck you want to do. And then you just go to town with that. Okay. Interesting. Okay. 2 copies of Asagi Mutsuki New Year. Very cute. I like this. 002k. Placed on stage from hand, choose one of your other Kivotos characters, give it 1,000. When a climax is placed on your climax area, you can return this card to your hand. If you do, look at it with 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them on top of your deck in any order, then choose one of your characters and it gets 1,000 power till end of turn. You get to see, you get the knowledge of what? Yeah, sorry, I had to think about it. I had to look and see, I had to double check and read it again, make certain to see if there's any like discard effects or whatever. But you get to see if you're going to trigger anything, to which you can plan accordingly and be able to pay it out once again if you're able to summon the auto. So, very nice. How many was this? 2 copies of Hinomiya Chinatsu Hot Spring. So 0015. Place on stage from hand, reveal the top card of your deck if it's a level 2 or higher. Choose one level 0 or lower character in your opponent's center stage, put it into their waiting room. This is still good in general. Like, you can possibly get rid of some stuff. Brainstorm, pay 1, rest this, mill 4. For each climax, you get to salvage back a character. Very nice. 3 copies of Igusa Haruka. This is just from the trial deck. If you have another Kivotos character, this gets +1 level and 2,500 power. So she'll be a 35 level 1. So, very nice. 2 copies of Tendo Aris Maid. 0025. When this card is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1. If you do, climax swap. Search your deck for 1 climax, reveal it to your opponent, choose a climax in your hand, and exchange them. The climax swapping is very, very useful because you're purposely tossing Problem Solver 68 back into the deck. And obviously you'll be able to pull off this combo. You'll be able to get your combos off for the level 1 and everything. So really good to have the swapper to deck and not just the one from waiting room. So very smart move there. Honestly, I respect it. 0015 Kuromi Serika. If your hand has 5 or more cards, this gets 2k power. When this is placed on stage from hand, you can pay 1, pitch 1. If you do, search your deck for a Kivotos character. So good drop, searcher, always good. 3 copies of Hayase Yuka. See, this is where we get some shenanigans. First off, this is just a good card. Well, placed on stage from hand, you can choose a card in your hand and put it into your stock. You just generate extra stock if you need for your effects. When this attacks, you can pay 1. If you do, during this attack, perform a trigger check 2 times. So it gives itself it has twin drive built in. Very nice. You want to get that. You even want to play this when you get to level 2 and higher to, once again, you try to twin drive with this to summon the auto. So very good, very smart. So we have another brainstorm though. 2 copies of Shiraishi Utaha 001k. During your turn, if you have 2 or more other Kivotos characters, this gets 2k power. Pay 1, brainstorm, pay 1, tap 2 of your characters. Mill 5. For each climax, search your deck for a Kivotos and add it to your hand. These search brainstorms actually matter as well because you're thinning out the deck. You're trying to get cards out of the deck to potentially... granted, if you mill climaxes, you got to be careful if you mill the problem solvers or not. So, double-edged sword there, but if you're searching off the climax combos or searching off of your drop searchers, you are deck thinning to try to get that combo to go off, to try to trigger that. So it is a bit of a gamba because you don't know if you're always going to be able to trigger, but you're trying to maximize your chances. 2-0 Game Development Department. Choose one of your characters and that character gets the following ability until end of turn. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can choose a Kivotos character in your waiting room, return it to your hand, and then put this card into stock. Just very nice, very nice. 2 copies of it. I would love to see if there's like an event that... I just don't remember Blue Archive that much. I would love to see if there's an event that gives Twin Drive. Just any other cards in the set that would give Twin Drive and try to capitalize on that as much as humanly possible would be hilarious, and I would honestly love to see that. So, 4 copies of Problem Solver 68, 1 number off. And 4 copies of Hot Springs Resorts number 227 daily logs. That is a fucking mouthful and a half right there. But that is going to be it for us today. So thank you very much once again to PhantomStar for sharing this deck. I like Blue Archive. I want to do more stuff with it, and I have a really fun deck idea. I probably will just go ahead and make it right after this video to be able to post that, or to be able to like get the deck together, because it's a concept I've had for a while with the Aru, and another combo in the set that I will save until that video. So thank y'all very much for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that cringy YouTuber shenanigans. If you want to submit your own decks for Community Fridays as well, feel free to join the Discord. There's a Community Fridays tab and a decklist submissions tab. Feel free to post in either one, and if I like the deck like this, I will happily post it up for the Community Fridays. But yeah, thank y'all very much for watching. Stay safe and stay based.